Hey people, this is Big Jim for Bad Lad Dad, here to talk about EA FIFA 15 price ranges. Price ranges? Why? It's the thing that's put social media into meltdown and had regular FIFA gamers pulling their headphones off with rage. But I understand why EA have tried to do something to eradicate a lot of the coin sellers that are out there. And in their words, they're trying to bring a level playing field to the game. But what they've actually done is penalise people who've spent years playing the game and getting a nose for the transfer market and have an idea of when's best to buy and sell, just pull the rug from under their feet. And I'll explain what I mean by that. Coming into Christmas, and bearing in mind I played the game since it was the day it was released, coming into Christmas I had just one of the Xbox Legends cards, which was De Boer. And that had taken a little bit of wheeling dealing to get to it. I know Harry Redknapp wouldn't like that expression, but that's what it was. Anyway, what you have to bear in mind is at Christmas, that is the first time when the transfer market goes into a frenzy. Because you have all the people who've just got their brand new Xbox consoles, PlayStations, call it what you will. And they're all on the lookout for the best players possible. So with all those new players stepping in, what you have to bear in mind is that's when the big demand kicks out for players and the prices escalate very quickly. Very shortly after Christmas though, you have the FIFA Team of the Year, and what that brings of course is those elusive blue Team of the Year cards that FIFA release. Now while all of that frenzy is going on, what happens is the week before, so generally about 6 or 7 days before those players are released, starting with the goalkeeper and the defenders, people are looking through their squads and selling off people or players that they think they won't need, and they can use those coins to buy those packs and try and get those elusive blue cards. Now that's on for the week building up to the Team of the Year defenders coming out. Once those defenders come out, obviously the price is high, everyone wants to get their hands on them. A couple of days later, it's the turn of the midfielders. And what you tend to find is a lot of people have already blown their budget on the defender packs. So the few of those defenders then come back on the market, and that's not a bad time to step in and buy a defender a hell of a lot cheaper than he was the previous week. And it gets worse because you get to the strikers. By now, people have gone absolutely crazy and they're selling anything they can in their present squad to try and get packs, to try and get these fantastic Ronaldos or whoever. What happens then is it's an excellent time to step in and buy informed players that people have discarded, and particularly legend players. And as you can see here, no word of a lie, these were all bought in January. All of these individual players were picked up during the mad, crazy frenzy that goes on. Yes, you could say I'm a bit of a shark on the transfer market, but I'm not doing it for coin profit. I'm doing it to either generate funds for me to buy other players, or for me to have the best players in my game, because that's what I want. I'm not interested in ripping anyone else off. All I'm interested in is getting the best players so I can play the game that I enjoy. So if we take a look at Gary Lineker here, if I was to list him on the transfer market right now, now these price ranges have come in, as you can see, I bought him for 835,000. Now the starting price, the lower limit, is 1.1 million. That's a nice tidy profit if I wanted to sell him, but it doesn't end there. It's replicated through every single one of these cards. I can call them all up for you. Pretend I'm going to list them on the market so you can see what I paid. 711,000 for Pavel Nedved. Starting price now 850. Got a Fabio Cannavaro. Same story. And it will sound a bit repetitive, but it's true. You can see again I've paid there 746. His starting price now, set by EA, is 950. So basically, if I wanted to buy these players at any time now, at any time in the future, the best I'm going to do is buy it at the minimum limit that EA have set. Again here, look, 523,000 for Frank Rijkaard. Starting price now, 750. And remember, those starting prices, that is the absolute minimum that you would pay. David Seaman, 450,000. Now I would have to pay 650,000 to get him. I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous setting these price ranges. I understand the sentiment behind it, but they're really going the wrong way around it. Gianfranco Zola, Again, I paid just under 600,000. Now you'd have to pay 750 minimum. And of course, these cards aren't going for the minimum prices. Now, a lot of people are quite miffed because they, like me, have put in a lot of hard work over the months in the transfer market, and they haven't used the coin sellers. They've used cash that they've earned, and now finding that prices they paid for certain players are up near the upper limit of what they could sell it for. Now again, I'm not in this game for selling the players. I'm in the game to get the best players I can for my squad. There again, Henrik Larsson bought for 494, now minimum selling price 650. But it also worked. I mentioned the price of the defenders going down. Thiago Silva and David Luiz, I bought them when the strikers were up for sale, or at least the strikers were available in packs. And as you can see, I paid 628 for Thiago Silva. He's now a million coins as a minimum price, and David Luiz paid 601. He's now 650. Now, to give you an example of what I mean by the Harry Redknapp style wheeler dealing, though Harry Redknapp does deny being a wheeler dealer, as we all know. Look at Oscar. Oscar there. He's someone I picked up just around Christmas as well. Now, I paid 119 for him, and now his lower limit is 160. His upper limit is 250. Now, I actually bought 3 Oscars at the time. The reason I bought 3 Oscars at the time was you have the period in February when EA looks at the players and how they've been doing through the season and actually starts upgrading a few players. And if you've got the informed version, they'll upgrade your informed card. Now, I thought that Oscar had such a good season for Chelsea, he would be one of those guys whose card would be upgraded. So, when his price came down during the mad frenzy of people trying to sell everyone, I bought 3 Oscars. I bought 2 for 119 and 1 for 121. 2 of them just sat placed on my transfer list. Now, admittedly, you do gum up some of your transfer list slots, but it's worth it. I also bought a Neymar at the time for 160. That was just a normal Neymar. Now, if you look at his prices here, I could sell him now and get a minimum 40 grand profit. But I actually kept hold of him and sold them all for around the 240 mark within a space of about 3 weeks. So there's hundreds of thousands of profits to be made if you've got a nose, as I say, for when to buy and when to sell. And a lot of it revolves around when informed players are coming out in Team of the Week and when these big events happen like Team of the Year. All I can say is I'm not a fan of price ranges. I've not spoken to anyone who is a fan of price ranges. Now, yes, if I wanted to pack up the game and not play again and just make a lot of coins from it, I could do that now. But I don't want to do that now. All I can say is I think EA have rushed something through that they've not fully thought through. I understand what they're trying to do. I can't say I sympathise with them a great deal because they're always taking 5% commission off whatever deal you do anyway. The price of FIFA points it's off the chart. I mean, it's outrageous. When you look at the packs you buy out of the store, very, very few occasions do you actually get one of these rare players. What I think EA should have concentrated on doing was maybe getting packs where you get guaranteed Team of the Week player or a guaranteed Team of the Year player for certain prices and bring the prices of their blooming points down. Then people wouldn't be out and about searching for these so-say illegal coin dealers. But let's face it, most people in most games like to have some sort of coin boost. It's available in most kind of games, and people are going to go searching for it elsewhere if it's not available at a reasonable price in the actual game itself. So I can see the arguments on both sides. For me, as a pure gamer, I'm not happy with it because I know that come future versions of the game, it's going to be much harder for me, who's someone who's been loyal to the game for all these years, to actually make his money and buy the players he wants. So it's going to be less incentive. It's certainly not going to have a great incentive for spending lots of money on FIFA points and buying lots of packs that way. Anyway, those are my thoughts. If you agree with me or disagree with me, let me know in the comments down below. And if you want to see more of the same, please subscribe. Thanks for your time.